All right, you guys. So thanks so much for getting our team Zoom tonight. I am Tracy Anderson. I am a Gold Elite 2 from the Seattle, Washington area. And this is our weekly team Zoom. So if you're new, welcome to the team. I think you're going to find these calls are an important part of your week to get you set up right and just kind of keep abreast of what's happening in the company, right? And keep training and keep learning as you go, right? There's a learning curve here for sure. So anyway, we have a very special guest on our call tonight. And Jen Kennedy is a Platinum 3 Elite 3. You guys, that's as high as it goes on both the promoter side and the builder side. And I think what you came over in, I think August, was it, Jen? Somewhere around that time. So, she's definitely knows how to create success quickly. And we are actually at a very special time in our company right now. We all have the opportunity right now to take advantage of some very important changes. Now, the company, you just need to trust the company. They've got a vision that we might not all have, all right? And they see what's happening. They see what's coming. They see how the market is responding to things. They see how we as distributors respond to different parts of the compensation plan. And so they are making changes that are going to set us up for phenomenal success moving forward, all right? It's going to drive the right behaviors. It's going to drive just the right activities. So we're at a point right now where these changes are just starting to happen. New compensation plan just started in the United States primarily, some changes in Canada, the rest are coming. And for the sake of getting everybody on the same page, we're going to work under the assumption that all the changes are going to happen in Canada at the same time, because they are definitely aiming to get all of us on the same page by the end of July, okay? So for the sake of training and for the sake of your activities, you want to act as if all this is going to be happening for you if you are in Canada as well. All right. So because of these exciting changes, some of the elites have come together to collaborate and create some extra tools and training for those that really want to take advantage of some things that are coming our way. All right. So Jen is one of those elites. We're just so fortunate to have her working with us through this time. So she has agreed to come on and work with us tonight, do a little bit of training with us and share some of her excitement before she gets on her own team Zoom at 6:30. So I won't keep you waiting any longer, Jen. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, thank you for the invite. Oh my gosh, I so appreciate it. I love Tracy. And every time she speaks on stage, I usually end up in tears and, all of that, which I'm sure you all do. So when she asked me, I was like, yeah, of course I would love to come on. And I've worked a lot with Janine, and I love her to pieces. We've spent a lot of time at the Canadian Elites, and we're on the Canadian Advisory Board, which is very small. So we get to hang out a lot. I worked with Stacy. So I met Margot. I've met a lot of you. I'm looking at all the names. I'm trying to keep up. So I'm super honored to be asked to be on, you guys. And, I'm going to speak to a lot of you, I think, are on here from Canada. Just do some thumbs up, all the Canadians, if I can see you. Yeah. So I'm going to speak a little bit about that and just kind of the exciting time that we're in. So not only do we have all of these changes, and the first thing is change can do one of two things. It can either stall you or stop you, or if you have it right in your head, it can incentivize you to kind of move forward in the right direction. And this comp plan, again, like Tracy said, I don't even get it all. Sometimes they'll just blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of let all that do that. And then I'm like, hey, tell me what I need to do. And so that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to tell you what you need to do. And truly, it's to get to director. Because here's the thing. Tracy mentioned that I hit P3, which is selling $9,000 on your own. All you. I hit it in November, you guys. So there was Black Friday, there was Christmas shopping, there was so many good things going on that, it helped. But I got to tell you, hitting that level, you are busting your butt. It is hard. And so, I think about D1, that's 12,000. So, how are you going to grow your business, right? All of us, essentially there's three ways you can grow your volume in this company, right? So more orders. So you going out and physically getting more orders from more people and keep doing that. Don't get me wrong, that is awesome. And we all want to do that and hit the highest ranks we can. Making those orders larger. So, you know, a $20 order growing into a big order, that takes a lot of time, that takes a lot of energy. And then the third way is duplicating yourself. And truly that's what true leadership is. And that's why we build a team, so that you can take, you know, instead of you going out and doing all the work, you're duplicating yourself. And so you're just basically teaching someone all those great skills that you've learned, and then you can turn around and help them. And that's going to build this wonderful little director team. So, you know, if you're listening in today and maybe you're, I'm going to use levels I can think of with the math in my head. Like if you're a platinum, that's 3,000. So you'd need 4 of you, right, to hit director numbers. So way easier to go get 3 more of someone like you than to try and bust your butt. Because truly, like that 9,000 was hard. And I come from that selling background, so I had some of that, you know, in me, I guess. Had customers that were there that were a little bit easier to transition. But it definitely, like, selling those large amounts is a lot more difficult than coaching and leading a team. So the opportunity right now, not only for us all to hit director, and I think especially, I got to say to the Canadians, like in Canada, because we are on this like it is like a freaking rocket ship. And every month, you guys, I keep thinking in my head, like, it's going to slow down. It's going to slow down. It's going to crash. It's going to burn. And every month it keeps growing and growing and growing. And every month, you know, you see new people come on. And what I love kind of what's happening now versus when we started is the systems are getting better and better and better with our company, right? And again, like Tracy said, we hit E3 really fast, you guys. And that has nothing to do with me. That has everything to do with my team and those systems, because we did not know one thing about this industry, nor did we know anything about this product, and we just were flying by the seat of our pants. So truly, the systems and plugging people into those systems were key then. Well, I think about the systems and how much better they are now, and for our new people coming on today, and how it's so easy to plug them in. Like, you don't need to be the gatekeeper and know everything about everything. You just need to know what tool to send them to, right? You just need to know to lean on your leaders to help you with that. And so the timing of all of this, I just think is spectacular, because Canada is on freaking fire. Like, that you guys, because you were all here way before me, you guys did 1,000% last year, right? And that we're up another 267 this quarter. So it's kind of one of those times in your life where you can sit back and, you know, we've all been there, where you're sitting in a room somewhere and you see those people on stage. My old company, I came in at the tail end, like it was doing this hard. And I just kept working harder and harder and harder and harder to sort of maintain. This opportunity, we're seeing people come in and having those big wins right away, people with zero experience in this industry. So we're all at this place where, you know, essentially we can be those people that in 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, whatever it looks like, that someone's going to be like, dang, I wish I got started when she got started. So for us, we kind of almost have this like big, huge opportunity of like gift of an opportunity, essentially, to give to so many people. And that's what I keep trying to tell my team, is sometimes, you know, we overthink it, especially women. We tend to overthink everything, and you're like, well, you know, I got to know this about the product. I got to know this. I got to let it go. And just lean on your leaders. You guys have amazing leaders right here, because I know many of them. I've worked with many of them, and they truly are amazing. Use the tools, lean on your leaders, and then run. Just run. So I think also having, again, this carrot, this end of July in your head, in your mindset, in your space, plaster it all over your home. You know, think of it as like if you're an accountant in tax season, you can do anything for a short amount of time, right? So use these next 2 months, let that be your short amount of time, and freaking run. Like, just run hard, share it with as many people as you can. And I really feel that, again, we may not understand all this stuff. And we don't, again, Canadians, we don't even know. We know we have the promoter. You guys all know that the promoter plan has changed for us, which is awesome. The builder plan, maybe it comes July 1st, maybe it comes middle of June and we switch over in July. Like, we don't know. But I would rather act as if it was happening rather than have to catch up later, right? So that's kind of what we're doing anyways. And here's the thing. let's say it didn't come to August 1st. You've all just built your businesses and you're promoting to director and you're like, boom, when that does happen, you're in. So I think that the opportunity right now truly is amazing. And then, you know, I can speak also to the fact that Anna's group. So here's the thing. I said this on our call with Tracy and Janine today. I was like, I am just feeling so blessed and grateful to have other strong leaders. Like to have the ability to have my team coached by Tracy and Janine and the Lisa Coxes and the Anna Woodwards, and like there was a screen like this of those elite leaders. And every single one of them has a different strength, and every single one of them can maybe teach you something or say it in a different way that just resonates, right? So the opportunity for all of us to be able to kind of be in that elite, Dina Peacock called it the inner circle today, and I was like, oh, that is so what it is. We have the opportunity, you guys. So you all have that option right now, right? You all can be in that inner circle and have coaching from that caliber of leaders, which is amazing. And you guys already got killer leaders. This just is going to make it a lot easier, and we're going to pool our strengths. So, you know, I am not, like Janine is the one that I go to for like any organization or follow-up stuff, because that is not my strength at all. I would way rather have her talk to my team about that than this girl. I can talk on something else. But this is the beautiful part about this new Drive to Director group, is that I think that, and we know together we are so much more. Together, maybe you'll connect with someone on my team that lives in your area. Or maybe you'll connect with someone in the United States who you just have something in common. And so it's going to be a really great, great group for us all to be powerful, right? Us all to run. And I just want to say, again, I know, like I spoke with Rick Teague, Foamy today. And again, he starts talking all this stuff. And seriously, you guys, part of me, I'm like, all right, but I'm just like, okay, just tell me what to do. He's like, get lots of people to director, you know, get everyone to promote as high. Okay, great. That is what we can do. So how are we going to do that? More people, duplicating yourself. It is 10 times easier to take one person and have them do what you do every single month than it is for you to try and do that yourself 10 times, right? So Tracy asked me to maybe do a couple recruiting tips. So I'm going to do some things that have been working for us. So our background, you guys, my team, and again, not all, I wish my whole team came over, and I sure wish, we've had a lot of new people that have never done this industry before. And I think that maybe we're attracting that because we transitioned. So they're like, okay, she did that, or they did that, and now they're doing that. Oh, I think maybe they know something, like, let's try this. So we're having a lot of new people have success. And I'm going to tell you exactly why they're having success and how they're having success. Like, this is what's working for our team. So my own personal journey in January. So I've always been a very strong recruiter in my old company. And I also, in the old company, we had to sell a lot to kind of offset, our pay was going down. So to offset that, I turned into a master seller as well. Who knew, right? You can do anything if your paycheck depends on it, right? So I knew how to sell, but this is a totally different beast. Like, we used to carry inventory and deliver it. Like, oh my gosh, how much more work I used to have to do. So when we came over here, recruiting in the beginning was easy because you had people excited and wanting to be a part of it. But that didn't necessarily translate into workers, right? Like, I think a lot of people came over with excitement, but then they're like, oh, there's a lot of work involved here. Like, really? Don't I just like sit back and get a paycheck? And you're like, well, not really. So, you know, we sort of had a bit of a leveling off. And so for myself in January, I thought, okay, you know what? I cannot ask my team to recruit and to build if I am not doing that every month. So my old company, we had a 3 a month to get a decent paycheck. You had to, as a director, bring on 3 a month to get a decent paycheck. So that's my comfort level. So I was like, okay, what if I made that my bar here? Even though it's not, and my paycheck technically isn't dependent on it, I know it'll be better if I do that. So I made that my intention. Like, and I set that intention, and that was my own, like, Jen, you're not going to get paid unless you do that kind of thing. And I have to tell you, that first off was huge for me, because if you don't have to recruit to get a paycheck, which you truly don't here, like, it's way better, but you truly don't, right? you can kind of coast and be comfortable with what you have. So if you're not sort of have that external influence to build, i.e. paycheck, sometimes we slow down. So I made it my own personal goal. So I always, every month since then, I've got 3 to 5. And funny, when you set yourself a goal of 3, sometimes you get 5, right? Because like I might get the 3 early in the month, and then I've been talking to so many people that 2 more happen, right? Or again, people see the passion and the excitement and the momentum around your team, and I promise you they want to be a part of that. So share that, like you guys probably are, a lot of you on Facebook with me, like you guys saw my wine tour retreat weekend this weekend. We did a huge retreat, and I said to the girls, like, plaster that on Facebook, because here's the thing. Most people in their full-time job or full-time mom or whatever they're doing, there's not a lot of fun, recognition, you know, that sort of thing. And so just from those photos this weekend, you guys, I had 2 people reach out to me and they're like, okay, I think I want to be part of your team. Like, because of wine tours? Awesome. Or because of like pool parties? It doesn't matter. But you know what? They've been watching, and then they're like, no, it just seems like, because I joke a lot. And so I said that to her. I'm like, it's the wine tour, right? And she's like, no, it's not. She's like, I mean, that's a perk. But she said, I just see you always positive and happy. And I see the people around you and they are positive and they are happy. And she's like, I need that in my life. So don't forget what we put on Facebook, right? All of that will, like, that's your like little, it's not intentional recruiting, but all of that definitely plays a part in attracting people to yourself. So I just wanted to say that. So in January, I made my own little personal rule that I had to do that. And again, 3 to 5 every month. Well, I have to tell you, I think, is it okay for me to share a number? Is that weird? Like, of that little pocket of people? Okay. And I'm not like you guys, I'm so not, it's not about a number, but this is the power. I guess this is the power, because this is this group of people are like my social experiment to kind of see what the power of intention and doing that sort of every single month, bringing on at least 3. And then I'm trying to teach them to also bring on people, right? That's that next step to it. But so those people, so 3 to 5 a month personally, and we're in May now. At the end of May, that little pod of people, you guys, brought in $31,000 of volume. That pod, only that pod. Now, that's not just my personal recruits, because I taught them how to recruit. Then they're teaching their recruits how to recruit. But that's the power. That's the power of setting that intention for yourself. And actually, again, like, don't let yourself down. Do it like it's your paycheck. Because I used to have to do that. So I was like, why am I not doing that anymore? Okay, I'm going to do that again. So we've been working on that with my team as well. So recruiting tips. So obviously be intentional, and know that that is the power. Is that going to happen overnight? No, that's been almost 6 months. And the first month was seriously like maybe, 1,500, 2,000. But then I really focused on that little pod and really focused on growing and teaching, and then trying to get them to turn around and do the same and do duplication, right? Okay. Another thing is recruits. So I find that this is the biggest struggle in this business, is like, where do you find recruits, right? So what you are putting out on Facebook, you're going to attract back for sure. And then I also really feel that your customer pod is a really great place to look, because here's the thing. This business, more than any business that I can even think of, you can take someone with 0 experience in this industry and just a love for a product, like truly 0 experience and just a love. And you can teach them how to turn that into sales and building a team. And I have never seen that. And again, that's the tools of the company. So all they have to do is love their BioCell, love their lean body. And then you just plant the seed, right? Like, and it's, I mean, my conversation is always the same. Like when I'm following up for an order, like, she's been on BioCell for 5 months and she's like, oh my God, Jen, like, I cannot believe the results. And yeah, I know. It is awesome. You're one of like thousands. And then I just say, like, I don't know if you've ever thought of this, but like, this business is booming. You love the product. Like, you've ever thought about adding a little side gig, whatever you're going to say, a business, side hustle, whatever word. And, it might not be for you, but I just think with your love of the product and where this company is going right now, I would just take a look. And then I shoot her a Justin video. right? Or a Rick Teague video, or if you have your own. And that's as easy it is. And so I have a lot of my social marketers have been customers. Now they don't wake up in the morning and they're not like, dang, I think I'm gonna like open a social, marketer business today. Like none of them have even thought of this. And most of them actually think I can't do it, right? Most of them think that. They're like, oh, Jen, that's just you. And, and I'm like, no, but it's not. Like, and so then I give them a couple stories. So my Sheila and JD, they are like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is my high school friend. She never bought anything from my old company, but in the very end of March, her husband had a bad back and chronic pain for so long. So she's like, do you think BioCell would work? I'm like, I'm pretty sure, but whatever, give it a try. So of course he just went in for back surgery. His recovery from his surgery was like incredible. Like his stitches had like closed over. They actually had to sort of pick it apart because the BioCell was working so good. So they had this little like success story and love of the product. And I said exactly that to her. And she's like, no experience in this industry. He works in a jail. They're actually from Alberta. She works for an oil company, secretary. Great jobs. They don't need the money. Great jobs. But you know what? They don't have this, what we have, right? So she's like, yeah, you know what? I think we will. And she just said, so what do I do now? I'm like, tell lots of people. And then, again, I really talked to them about doing curiosity posts on Facebook, no like product ever, curiosity posts, like no name a product, you guys know all that. Curiosity post, engagement posts, and then really working that social media for your online. And then they work the offline by just talking to people. They didn't even know, I didn't even talk recruiting in the first month with them because they were so new. She just hit D1, 2 months, D1. They hit platinum 1, so they sold 5,000 on their own. And everyone they've recruited, no lie, I think if you were to pull up that whole unit's product, it is all BioCell. The other day, she's like, should I maybe use laundry? I'm like, yeah, good idea, because then you're going to sell the crap out of that, right? So that whole team and everyone she's recruited, BioCell. Everyone they've recruited, BioCell. They're just running with a product. And then the system, right? You share, you private message, and then you ATM, like boom, boom, boom. None of them have social media experience, none. They hit D1. So again, that gives me the faith and the confidence in the systems that they do work and that anyone truly can do it. And so you share as many stories like that with people, and then it gives them that little bit of confidence. They're like, you know what? Yeah, I could do that. And I just say, like, could you see yourself doing that for like an hour to 2 a day? Like around all your crazy stuff in your little mom pockets of time? Can you see yourself doing that? I think I could. I'm like, well, girl, and you can totally rock this. And that's I think sometimes that we think us, oh, I need to get a business person, or oh, I need to find. My team always says, I need to find the right people. I'm like, how do you know that they're the right people? Because you don't. If you were to ask me if they were the right people, I would probably have said, I doubt it. You never know. And so my other little part of my social experiment the last 5 months has been the people that I least expect are having the most success because they're coachable and they're just like, they're so open to whatever, right? So your customer pod, look in your customer pod because there are undiscovered amazing social marketers there. And then the other huge thing for our team is using our leaders with the 3-way chats. And you guys you're probably already doing that. You have amazing leaders. Use them. You do not need to know everything about everything. You just need to get your passion, get out there, start a conversation, and then as soon as they start asking you any questions that you're like, say, you know what? I'm going to bring in my really good friend Janine because she's awesome and she knows tons and, I'm not really sure, but she will. And I'm going to bring her in because I really want you to meet her. She's amazing. She's an E2 in this company. She's this, she's that, like at a fire, make her awesome. And then you tell her how awesome that new person is too, right? Like, this is my friend from high school and, you don't know her, but oh my gosh, when we were in high school, she was so awesome, blah, 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 right? Like introduce them just like you would do face-to-face. Don't be weird about it. Just like you would face-to-face and have that 3-way chat. And then you let your leaders work and help you close and you will close so many more. Like that's the other thing that we've been doing that's been so much more successful is leaning on our leaders. So those are kind of my best tips in like 25 minutes, and I can talk fast. Sorry.
Oh, that's fantastic. I got so much out of that. I've got tons of notes, Jen. I mean, I got way more than I bargained for. I'm so thrilled that you took the time to do that. And just real quick, because I know Jen has to go and get on her own call, but we are putting an event together, right? Do you want to tell a little bit about that, Jen?
Yes. Okay. So save the date right now. We'll give you a location later. We're working on a super cool location if it all comes together. So Kelowna, beautiful sunny Okanagan, make a weekend out of it, go wine touring, lay on the beach, whatever you want to do. It is definitely a destination to be in the summer. So Friday night, July 17th.
Yes. The 13th, isn't it?
Oh, 13th, maybe I should.
I just looked it up because I was thinking 17th too, but I think Friday.
Okay, never listen to me in details, ever. I wrote down the wrong date. That is, yes. I'm there for a baseball tournament for my son. Like, so I'm totally giving you guys the wrong date. Like, seriously, that's how bad. July 13th, which is a Friday night. I do know that. And we're working on a really cool location. So one of my girls there owns the most beautiful furniture store in all of this area. We can always use that as our backup, but she also knows a really good friend of ours has this like wicked high-end kind of car dealership place with this huge open showroom, and we're trying to have it in there. So if it all works out, we'll be there. If not, whatever, we're going to have a cool location somewhere, but just make sure you have that date down. It will be open for social marketers and your guests. And again, all social marketers can come, but oh my gosh, bring guests, because then let us help you build your team, right? Like, that's what these events are so great, is again, they show those people the team culture, the fun, the like, okay, these chicks are kind of fun to hang out with. I think I might want to do this again factor, right? So make sure you're bringing guests, because it will be awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Fantastic. And I'll be there. Betty Ann will be there. Stacy, Rachel. It's a collaborative event, so we're going to knock it out of the park.
Crazy good.
Start building into it. Start recruiting people now that you know in those areas so they can invite everybody they know, right? And we'll have a crowd there. So we got lots of time to build into that.
It'll be awesome. Yeah, and the 13th, seriously.
Yeah, do it.
I'm actually pulling out my phone right now. Okay, I wrote it down right in my phone. I was like, did I totally screw that up?
And I had to pull it up in our conversation to see, because I had the 17th in my head too. I don't know why, but anyway, the 13th it is. So,
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you're more than welcome to hang out with us if you like, but I know you've got another call to be on. But thank you again for your time, Jen, and
Thank you. And thanks for having me. And I would encourage all of you to, again, run for that director and get into that group with Tracy and Anna and Janine and I, and hopefully I'll see a lot of you there. Yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. I'm just going to leave. See you guys.
So, hey, you guys, wasn't that awesome? She's so great, and just love her energy and her willingness to share with us. She's got massive experience and massive success, so she definitely knows what she's doing. So in case you don't know exactly what it was she was talking about, we are doing this Dash to Director group. It's a Facebook group, and it's running between now and the end of July. Now, this group isn't for everybody, and don't feel bad if you feel like this group isn't for you. There's no judgment. You can, if you're very comfortable doing what you're doing now, keep doing what you're doing now, okay? But if you'd like some extra training, extra coaching, if you're committed to being engaged and working your business every day, then this will be a good group for you, all right? Because we're definitely going to put in some good training, some good times, some good challenges for you, all right? So if you do decide you want to be in that group, or if you have decided already, just know that there's a commitment involved in this group, okay? So we want to bring up the energy of the whole group. If you got into this group by accident and you think that maybe it's not the best group for you, that's okay. Let me know and we'll pull you out. But or you can give it a few days, try and check it out. All right. But there's no harm in trying it and saying that this isn't for me, or just knowing right away it's not for you. But we would love to see as many people as possible in that group to get the coaching, the training, and be running for ranks between now and July 31st. Okay. So that's going to be really exciting. So, and you guys don't worry about the comp plan changes if you don't understand it. A lot of the people in this group probably didn't even know the last comp plan. So don't feel like you have to know the comp plan in order to take advantage of it, right? The behaviors are still the same. You still want to get customers and you still want to enroll other social marketers. You can still make money just by getting customers, all right? But you can make more money by getting other social marketers who are also getting customers. Think of it that simple. If you can build a customer pod of 10 customers, show somebody else how to build a customer pod of 10 customers, all right? So if you get, kind of the goal is to get 3 social marketers on your team, each with 10 customers, and that will get you to the director, okay? So it's really that simple. So don't get bogged down in the details of the plan for sure, all right? We'll just coach you right through it, and we'll answer the questions, and we'll learn it all together. I'm starting to get a pretty good grip on the new comp plan changes, but don't throw a question at me right now because I might not be able to answer it. I just printed things and what they liked and what she wanted to know my opinion on what I'm seeing in the field, which I just loved because it ended up being her interviewing me because she's taking all that information and she's processing it and making the company better, right? By learning what's going on in the field. So we're so fortunate to have that. Now, one of the big things that I wanted to get kind of wrap my mind around is our back order situation, because we all know that that's impacted all of us in one way or another along the way. It's great to know that we've got momentum and growth, and it's great to know that our products are really popular, right? But when we want to go sell a product to somebody and it's not available, it hurts. So I get that. So I just wanted to kind of get an idea from her, directly from her, what was going on there. And of course, it's way more complex than just making more product, okay? The sourcing of the ingredients is part of it, right? They have very strict protocols for their ingredients. So they have to find, if they need 10 times the amount of ingredients that they were previously ordering, they have to make sure they've got a supplier for 10 times that, and that meet all of our qualifications and our standards. So they've definitely been ramping up on that, getting more sources for their raw ingredients. The other thing they've had to do is to contract out some of the manufacturing of our products, okay? So because we just our plant can only handle so much, so at least until we get caught up, they're contracting out some of the manufacturing. I know the probiotics are one of those things that they're doing that with. So their goal is to have a 3-month supply based on current demand and projected demand, always on the shelves. All right, so we're well backed up, and they're really getting there. They've gotten way ahead. They've made progress. You can see that already. So I just want you to feel confident that the company gets it. They know that our volume could be double what it was if we had all the products available to us, and they want us to be able to sell those products. So this is all, it's all coming together. All right, so it's definitely something that it's first and foremost in their mind too, priority. What else did we talk about? So Cam, I don't know if you guys know who Cameron is. He's our developer. He develops the new product. So we have a research team that researches demand in the marketplace and sees what people are buying, what the demand is, and then they come to Cameron and they say, we need a product that does this. This is where the demand is right now, okay? So, and he makes it happen, all right? Taking all of our 10 core things and making sure that, our new products meet those demands. And while he can't tell me anything that they're creating, I did overhear a conversation he was having quite deliberately to the person next to him in front of me. He said that there is a product that that will be reducing the appearance of dimpling on the skin. So that kind of says to me cellulite, right? So that's a skin product, all right? So that's just one little hint that was dropped along the way. So that was good. And you didn't hear that from me, right? But one of the other things that I thought was really key, that a key takeaway, is something that I heard from Justin Prince when he was talking to our prospect during the fly-in, and he has said this in videos before too. But you know how sometimes you hear things a different way, and he said something that really struck me as interesting, and he's talking about why Modera is different. Okay, and that's important for all of us to know right now, why we're here. All right, and why we're staying here, because we know there's lots of movement in the industry all the time, right? There's always new startups and new opportunities and people, you know, with other things coming along. And we might be tempted by something shiny and new, right? But what is it about Modera that makes us different, that makes it a stable company that's going to be around, right? If you haven't seen the S-curve video, make sure you watch that. It's a Rick Teague video. If you haven't seen the S-curve video, please message me afterwards and ask me for the link so that you can see it, because it explains what happens in this industry. So you've got a lot of companies that are new that come out with a new product, especially ones that just have one or two products, you know, and they're hot items on the market that everybody wants, and they do what's called a bell curve, all right? And they shoot up, and there's lots of people making money, and they get to the top and then they just crash, all right? So there's a lot of people, professional network marketers out there that go from company to company to company, riding the bell curve and then jumping off as it's crashing and finding a new company and doing it all over again. So the nice thing about Modera is we're doing the S-curve, which other companies, the stable companies in this industry, have done. So the S-curve, you know, companies like Avon and Amway and Mary Kay and Herbalife, where they started out like this and they went up in momentum like this, but instead of crashing, they stayed level. All right. And then so those people that got in as it was going up are making lots of money because it's leveled off. That's where the most money is being made. Is that making sense? All right. So it doesn't crash. It stays level. All right. So people continue to make money. So the best time to get into a company is before it's going up or as it's going up. And then you make all the money as it levels off and the money just keeps coming in. That's the true residual income. And the reason this is important to point out right now, and the reason we're just like those companies, by the way, let me step back for a minute, is because we have the broad product line, all right? We've got lots of SKUs, as they say, all right? Where those startup companies, those short-lived companies don't. They have limited product lines, all right? We also manufacture in-house. That's another big one. So we own all of our own assets, okay? Our own property, our own buildings, our own plants, okay? So those are big reasons. We also have a customer-centric compensation plan and product line and business model, right? Those are things that make companies go into S curves rather than bell curves and go up and crash. So we've got the right business model. The other thing that we've got, if you look at other multi-level marketing companies, is they're 5% of the population in North America, you guys, 5% is in multi-level marketing. That's not very many. That means the other 95% are consumers. All right. So the problem with a lot of network marketing companies, multi-level marketing companies, is that 5%, they're self-consumption models. They just recruit, and they just consume all their own products. So their business model and getting paid depends on them recruiting. Like Jen was talking about with her old company, they had to recruit a lot of people in order to make money. So it becomes almost cannibalistic because they're just eating themselves alive. They're just self-consuming, recruiting from other companies, and it's all the same 5%, switching companies, going back and forth, and just building out of those same 5%. But what we've got, you guys, being a customer-centric business model, is we've got a customer-centric model where the customer is king, all right? We're still, even though we've got money in the builder side of this plan now, and we pay our promoters well, the customer's still king. It's all about the customer, all right? So if your customer base, your end consumer is the customer, you've got 95% of the population that's going to drive your compensation plan, right? It's still all about the distributor making money. I mean, there's no point in even doing it if people aren't making money. It wouldn't be happening. So So you guys, we've got something really beautiful here because we know we've got the best products out there, right, in our categories. So it's just a matter of making sure that we're sharing that with people. And like Jen said, we don't have to keep going after those 5%. We don't have to keep recruiting the recruiters and the other network marketers. We've got customers that are using our products and loving them. You can take somebody with zero experience in this industry and you can teach them. If they've got no experience, but they've got a love of a product, you can teach them how to do this. Even if they haven't used the products yet, if they've got a desire to make money, they can find the money in this compensation plan. All right. So that 95% is key. That's what's going to set us apart from the other companies in this industry. That's what's going to keep us from wanting to stray or wander. Like Tony and Sarah's, like you say, you stick and stay, right? We've got, and lots of our top leaders in this company have looked at other models. They make it their job to see what else is out there and to know what's happening so that we can stay cutting edge with our compensation plan and our tools and what we're doing, and to know that we've got the best thing out there. So like Rick Teague is perfect. He example, like Jen said, she talked to him today. I talk to him all the time too. He's got his finger in the pulse of this industry all the time. He knows what's going on in all these other companies. So we've got the best thing out there, you guys. So this compensation plan, these changes, yeah, we're going to have to grow through them, right? But in the long run, they're going to be amazing, right? So we're going to be bringing new people in now to this new compensation plan, and they get to learn from the beginning the right behaviors and the right systems and the right activities is going to be great. So I've never been more excited about recruiting people than I am right now. And I'm talking to people every day. And so I want to give you that excitement. Please be excited about what we've got going. Please consider joining that Dash to Director group if you're not already in it. And if you are, please commit to staying engaged with that group every day and building your business. And reach out to me, reach out to Janine, reach out to your leaders, and let's get you some coaching, some private coaching going if that's what you want. All right. So let me just check my list. I wanted to go over our shout outs. All right, you guys, we've got our top 10 promoters for the month of May I want to list off, and our shout outs. You guys, our shout outs, if you haven't been on our calls before, this is where we're just little things that baby steps that maybe people have taken, or a first accomplishment, or just something that, that's not, like a rank advancement, that we want to give you a shout out and acknowledge that you've done this activity. So the director 2s and above will nominate somebody for these shout outs. So I'm going to read those to you now. So Janine had a shout out tonight for Kim Peterson for stretching herself and flying past bronze. So good job, Kim. Kristen has a shout out for Cheyenne Ogle because she just got her first customer. Well done. That's so exciting. Ashley Roy has a shout out for Amber Zabishko for sticking with it and staying consistent. Her posts are always so clever, so good job on social media, Amber. And Kate has a shout out to Kristen Gilchrist. She had a slow start to the business, but she recently reached out to Kate and has come out guns a-blazing, reached silver while attending school and various other things in life. And she could have made excuses, but instead she went out to work and reached her goal. So good job, Kristen. So Brett Budge has a shout out for Heather Cook for signing her first social marketer day. And that is exciting. Congratulations, Heather. Not only is Heather 100% coachable and dedicated to her business, but she genuinely wants to help others. That makes a big difference, doesn't it? So we're also happy for her. Stacy Birkland has a shout out for Therese Clint Scott for being a consistent recruiter and dedicated to helping others. And I'm going to give a shout out to one of my directors, and that's Kate Dressel. And that's because she has really thrown herself into this new Dash to Director group with enthusiasm. She has had some concerns about the new compensation plan, which she addressed with us in a very positive way. And she's concerned about how these changes are going to impact her team. So she was looking after her team, and after addressing these, she's moving forward with confidence. So thank you, Kate, for being so enthusiastic and taking charge. So our top promoters for May, you guys, this is really fun. Mike Miller is our number 1 promoter from British Columbia. Ashley Roy from Saskatchewan. Barb Mikulski from Alberta. Beck Marsh from Australia. Becky Hunter from Manitoba. Krista Jensen from California. Jewel Hancock from Newfoundland. Paul Rempel from British Columbia. Courtney Cole from Manitoba. Lizzie Parsons from British Columbia, Brett Budge from Manitoba, Jessica Venhus. I'm not sure where she's from. Sorry about that. And then Janine Sklaruk from Alberta. I did 13 because the last few, the last 4 or 5 were all within just like a dozen points from each other. So I put them all in there. So you guys, great job as always. Really proud of all of you. Happy to spend this time with you. And I look forward to next week's call. And I look forward to seeing you on the Dash of Director page if you're going to do that. Does anyone else have anything they want to share while we're here? All right, you guys, I'm just going to read through the comments real quick. You're welcome to sign off if you want to, but I want to make sure that if anyone had questions that we've addressed that. So thank you again. We'll see you next week.